welcome to the Trews. I'm your host, Russell Brand, our new weekly news roundup show that gives you true news. You've been busy since I've took the time off. You've been doing anything. What have you been doing, Donald?
I watched Russell Brand on television the other night.
Yeah, well, I was watching that Donald Trump on the television last night, and he's got some interesting things to say.
You called what you said locker room banter. You described kissing women without consent, grabbing their genitals. That is sexual assault.
I have great respect for women. Nobody has more respect for women than I do.
Donald, mate, I mean, what about anyone who's not said that thing that you just said?
So for the record, you're saying you never did that?
I said things that, frankly, you hear these things are said.
Of course you do. That's your voice. It's coming out of your mouth and going into your ears. It's okay to grab women by the genitals. Who said that? It's okay to do it if you want. There it is again. It's you.
If you look at Bill Clinton, far worse, minor words, and his was action. His was what he's done to women. There's never been anybody in the history of politics in this nation that's been so abusive to women.
I think he does see his own voice as detached from him. There's never been anyone. This is good. Worse than Bill Clinton. Yeah, keep going, Donald, keep going. There's been so abusive, yeah, to women in the history of America. Well done. Who said that? It's you again.
I have a very positive and optimistic view about what we can do together. That's why the slogan of my campaign is Stronger Together.
It's funny to comment on your own slogan, like, yeah, it is a good slogan. I want a pat on the back. That's why I've come up with a slogan, Stronger Together. Can you back that up with anything? No.
And I can promise you, I will work with every American. I want to be the president for all Americans.
I think that's how it works. I don't think you can go, not you, not you.
Because that's, I think, the best way for us to get the future that our children and our grandchildren deserve.
I learned the word off of David Foster Wallace, the writer I love. The word is phatic. It means language that has no purpose. This is phatic language of saying things that are sort of, well, of course you'll be the president for all Americans. Well, of course we want America to be stronger together. There's no value in that. It's no meaning. It's not got any empirical weight, value, or sort of sense of actual connection.
Well, I actually agree with that. I agree with everything she said. And my whole concept was to make America great again.
My concept? Come on, we need a concept. Do we need a concept? No, we don't. What we need is authentic, integral governance. We need people to feel that they have some political purchase. We need the incorporation of tolerance and spirituality. I've got a concept. All right, we'll take a concept. What is it? Make America great again. That's another slogan. We're arguing about slogans.
We should demand that Donald release all of his tax returns.
She complains that Donald Trump took advantage of the tax code. Well,
She thinks that there's something wrong with Donald Trump. That Donald Trump don't got what it takes.
why didn't she change it? Why didn't you change it when you were a senator? The reason you didn't is that all your friends take the same advantage that I do. And I do.
It's like a really awful argument between your parents, because like they're sort of like older looking people. My parents, like, they weren't with each other when I was growing up, so like I sort of remember sort of seeing them like in the kitchen on sort of chairs that look a bit like that, going, why don't you do this for Russell? Why don't you let Russell grow up to be self-obsessed? Listen, maybe if you were here, Russell wouldn't be so self-obsessed.
I did vote to close corporate loopholes. I voted to close, I think, one of the loopholes he took advantage of when he claimed $1 billion loss that enabled him to avoid paying taxes.
What we're being invited to accept is that this is a discussion for who should run America, and we're all into it. It's brilliant. It's like the Premier League or something. Just, oh, wicked, what's going to happen now? Cool, oh my God, what's this mad thing he's done? Wow, she seems mad deleting those emails. Whoa, this is crazy. Where is it that it relates to? Right, there's loads of poor people, can't get houses, can't get welfare, can't get healthcare. Where does it intersect with that? Where does it intersect? Now, I don't know. Perhaps they'd say, well, we do have policies on those things, but this general sense of detachment, this air that we're being encouraged to watch something that is sort of rootless. Don't you feel it in your tummy? That's where I feel it, like, this isn't real.
Would you introduce the threat of U.S. military force against the Assad regime to back up diplomacy?
I do think the use of special forces, which we're using.
Don't you think the overarching theme of American politics, and politics in our country as well, is kind of to be presented with some sort of ridiculous gargoyle like Trump? Like, so then you go, oh, the other one then, just the other one. The other one's not perfect, you know. I mean, it's not really going to change anything. Things are probably going to steadily get worse. It's the same economic interest. I know, but we just can't have this mad thing, can we?
I would also consider arming the Kurds.
Yeah, arming the Kurds. Oh, God. We're arming the Kurds. Okay. Oh, it's arming the Kurds now. This don't sound like things are going to get any better as a result of either of these two people being in what is reportedly a position of power. And it's difficult not to agree with people that say that this whole thing's a spectacle and the machinery of power actually is concealed behind this veil, this ludicrous zoetrope, this ridiculous spectacle.
But if I win, I am going to instruct my Attorney General.
When he does the sniff is he's getting excited by himself. I smell victory. Donald smells victory.
To get a special prosecutor to look into your situation. We have a divided nation because people like her, and believe me, she has tremendous hate in her heart.
He uses a language that vibrates on an emotional level, so I think people receive it on an emotional level. What I actually think is sort of anger and dissatisfaction everywhere around the world, confusion. And so Donald Trump is just like, I don't know, sort of like something that every so often it flashes into connection with sounding like a mad sort of angry thing. And you think, I'm mad and angry? All right then. Tick!
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Yeah. Because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
That's just hip-hop now. It's just doing 8 Mile there because you'd be in jail.
Because you'd be in jail.
Isn't that, in the background of the shot, it's the Constitution, the American Constitution. It says words like prudence, people to order, these ends, these institutions. Like that Constitution, have you ever read it? It's sort of beautiful, like an enlightened and spiritual and optimistic document that they now just use as a backdrop for a ludicrous television program.
He has also targeted immigrants, African Americans, Latinos, people with disabilities, POWs, Muslims, and so many others.
It's just words, folks. It's just words.
Yeah, of course, everything is just words. That's what we communicate with. The American Constitution that's behind your head is just words, but they engender the spirit of an intention of a people, of a nation. All these things are just concepts. All of these things are just words. But if we don't have an agreement of the kind of world we want to live in, what we're going to aspire to, then all this is just a mad TV show. And that is all this is.
That first one goes to Secretary Clinton because you started out the last one to the audience.
If he wants to start, he can start. Go ahead, Hillary. No, go ahead, Donald.
No, I'm a gentleman, Hillary. Go ahead.
Secretary Clinton?
What an extraordinary spectacle. The main thing I take from watching that debate is this is not a good indication of where the world is heading. A new vision is very badly needed. That's some true news. Subscribe here.
Nose is a tool that is abused to fool you and to leave you scared and confused. Trews is like the nose. If the nose was true, I want some Trews. Let's have some Trews.